Make America great again? You know, friends, given Donald Trump's 34 felony guilty verdicts, together with the criminal accomplishments of some of his cabinet picks, some of the people he wants to populate his administration with, maybe the more accurate slogan would be, make America felonious again. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kushner here. So friends, talk about a rogues gallery. Talk about a gaggle of ne'er-do-wells. Let's have a look at some of the new reporting regarding just some of Donald Trump's picks to populate not just his administration, but the executive branch of our federal government, our government. But before we turn to the new reporting, if you'll indulge me just 30 seconds of housekeeping. As you may know, here at Justice Matters, we are an all-volunteer outfit. We're up and running 7 days a week, doing our best to post a legal analysis video each and every day, and we couldn't do it without your support. So if you would like to more formally support our all-volunteer efforts, our mission, our content, please feel free to come on over to patreon.com. You can sign up to become a patron, and if you do, I will send you some Team Justice and Justice Matters stickers and a personal handwritten note of thanks. And friends, we're going to be here every day trying to find and highlight and feed and support the points of light amidst the gathering darkness, because we're going to have to come out of this a better nation, a better people. That is our mission. That is our challenge. And thank you for supporting what it is we are trying to do here at Justice Matters. Now, let's turn to the new reporting about some of Donald Trump's administration picks. This from The Hill. Headline: These are the Trump appointees who have faced legal troubles. And that article begins, President-elect Trump has named several people to his next administration who have faced legal troubles, including Trump himself, who was convicted in a New York hush money case. Let me fix that. In a New York election interference case in which he criminally and feloniously falsified business records to cover up hush money payments to cheat in a presidential election. Trump himself was convicted in that New York case during his 2024 campaign. Some of Trump's appointees have served jail time, including cases that involve protecting Trump on January 6th during his first administration. Other convictions and allegations revolve around individual business dealings, foreign lobbying charges, and failing to act on sexual abuse allegations. Trump-Vance transition spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt defended all of the president-elect's choices to lead agencies, for ambassador posts, and for White House jobs. Quote, the American people re-elected President Trump by a resounding margin, giving him a mandate to implement the promises he made on the campaign trail. I'm not sure when he promised to make America felonious again. My editorial edition. And Trump's cabinet picks reflect that priority to put America first, Leavitt said. You know, friends, it really does feel like our lives are trapped inside the George Orwell novel, 1984. And yes, I have 2 copies of 1984 there under the statue of old Abe, because these days, things feel double Orwellian. So in that novel, we have a dystopian America and a dystopian American government that is forever lying to the people, right? Telling the people that up is down, black is white, in is out, day is night. And when the government cuts chocolate rations to the people, the government's Ministry of Truth announces that chocolate rations are up. So let's look at who Trump intends to populate his administration with in, today's Orwellian America. Trump was convicted in May on 34 counts of falsifying business records related to a hush money payment to an adult film star to cover up allegations of an affair during the 2016 campaign. That was among 4 criminal indictments Trump was facing during his 2024 campaign, all of which are being moved toward dismissal or are in various stages of winding down ahead of Inauguration Day. 2 of those cases, one federal and one based out of Georgia, involved charges related to Trump's attempt to overturn the 2020 election's results. Another federal case charged Trump with allegedly mishandling classified documents after leaving office. The special prosecutor in the 2 federal cases, Jack Smith, has moved toward dismissing them and is planning to step down from his position when Trump takes office again. Trump also battled 2 civil cases, one in which he was found liable for sexual battery against columnist E. Jean Carroll, and another in which a judge found Trump and his business conspired to commit business tax fraud by inflating the net worth of several of his properties. Charles Kushner. Kushner is the father of Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and is the founder of the real estate firm Kushner Companies. Charles Kushner pleaded guilty to several counts of assisting with filing false tax returns, retaliating against a cooperating witness, which was his brother-in-law, and making false statements to the Federal Election Commission, as well as making illegal campaign contributions. And what more precisely did Charles Kushner do? Well, William Shoulder, his sister's husband, his brother-in-law, and a former employee of Kushner's company, was a witness for prosecutors. Prosecutors said Kushner launched an unsuccessful revenge plot that involved hiring a prostitute to seduce his brother-in-law, Shoulder, in a hotel room where there was a hidden camera, a scheme that ended up backfiring. Kushner pleaded guilty and served a 14-month sentence in an Alabama prison before being released in 2006. And then, friends, of course, Donald Trump pardoned Charles Kushner for his obscene and egregious crimes, and after he pardoned him, Trump picked Kushner to serve as the U.S. ambassador to France. Now let's do Peter Navarro. Navarro, a Trump loyalist who served as White House trade advisor in Trump's first term, was tapped to serve as senior counselor for trade and manufacturing to the incoming White House. Navarro served a 4-month sentence for refusing to comply with a congressional subpoena related to the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol in his capacity as a Trump advisor at the time. Navarro was convicted of 2 counts of contempt of Congress, one for failing to produce documents related to the January 6th probe, and another for skipping his deposition before the now defunct House committee that was investigating the riot at the Capitol that day. He was released from prison in July and hours later received a roaring reception by Republicans for his speech at the Republican National Convention. How about Tom Barrack? Barrack, a longtime friend of Trump, was named ambassador to Turkey in the next administration. Barrack was charged in 2021 for acting as an unregistered lobbyist for the United Arab Emirates, and he was accused of using his influence on the Trump campaign and in the Trump White House to further Emirati interests, and was also charged with obstruction of justice and making false statements to federal agents. But Barrack was found not guilty on all counts by a jury in 2022. How about Linda McMahon? McMahon was tapped to serve as Secretary of the Education Department. McMahon, who is co-leading Trump's transition team, was named in a lawsuit last month, along with her husband, Vince McMahon, accusing World Wrestling Entertainment leaders of allowing years of sexual abuse of young boys by a ringside announcer in the 1980s. Linda McMahon, who, let me say this again, is Donald Trump's pick to head up the Department of Education, has denied these allegations. And friends, these are just some of the people that Donald Trump has chosen to populate our federal government, to represent us to foreign countries, to head up government agencies, to be economic advisors inside the White House. Does that really feel like we're making America great again? Or does it feel more like what we experienced during the first Trump administration? Make America felonious again. It really feels more like the latter, doesn't it? But friends, we will fight on. We will fight on because justice matters, and America will come back into the light. We will. Friends, as always, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.